See if y'all can see that big old turkey over there. The zoom on this phone is so awesome. It's my new iPhone 16 Pro. Look at that. He's showing his feathers. I don't even know what that means, but you hunters out there know what that means. He's probably a dominant male. Maybe not. Or maybe it's a female trying to strut her stuff. I don't know. Look at that feller. Wish I could get a little closer. Strutting the stuff. Is there anybody else around? I mean, who's he doing that to? Maybe there's somebody in the tree. Nobody in the tree. Nope. Chest out. Just right behind that oak tree right there. All right, good morning from Raymer Woodyard. Glad y'all joined me this morning. We have a trailer full of red oak and a little pecan in there. Still working on the pecan a little bit. Got a lot of twisty stuff, knotty stuff. This is all residential tree service wood. So it's just not a whole lot of straight splitting going on. That's why I do not use the 4-way wedge, and I'm sure I could still use it. The 17 RS does a good job of splitting through it. The splitting force is 17 tons, I believe. That's what the 17 stands for. So it does a good job of doing that, but I just like a little bit more precise cuts. I'm not in a rush to do this. Y'all probably know that by now. So let's get started. I got my bin over here. Put a couple more walls on there. But I'm telling you, it is a struggle to find decent pallets. It is a struggle. And I've seen tons of free pallets on Facebook Marketplace. But by the time I contact them, they're already gone. So either somebody's doing the same thing I am, or they're gobbling them up and reselling them somehow. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. cleanup to do. Look at all this cleanup. Got all that to do underneath there. And some of these that I kind of overshot. I'm trying to build this up as high as possible. Like a mountain. So I tried the 4-way out. It worked pretty good. Wasn't too bad. Just kind of sheared some of the wood, which I expected. Sometimes it digs in like that. Just kind of digs into the wood. You know, I guess if you had another one pushing through there, it would kind of eliminate that right there. Falling on the other side, unfortunately. Hopefully it's not too much on the other side. Oh. Okay, let's see what we got on the other side. Sorry about the wind, y'all. There's a little storm rolling in. Oh, we got a little bit over here too. Got a little bit over here. Definitely faster than stacking. However, it takes a whole lot more pallets, and it takes screws and wire if you want to do that. Definitely some extra expense. And that wire is kind of expensive. I want to say for a roll of it, I mean, all this right here, I mean, it's not that expensive. It probably cost me $10 for that wire. Still have some left over. Screws aren't cheap either. I use basically 2 screws per pallet. So there's definitely another expense. Instead of just using 1 pallet, stack 2 rows on. Stuff out of the way so nobody dies. Alright. Done doing that, and then I gotta clean up all this mess over here. Yeah, that right there. That right there. Alright, dumping this in the woods. check it out. You can't see all my bundle wood. This is the premium bundle wood, not just bundle wood. Sorry, you're all crooked. Not just bundle wood. This is premium bundle wood. Premium. See? Basically just barkless. Pretty good sized stuff. See? Tell you what, this timing is perfect because this storm's gonna roll in here probably in an hour or so. That'll give me enough time to get the dump trailer out of here, out of the wood yard, before it gets really wet and soft in here again, and park it up there next to Bill's. So that way we can use it for the business if he needs it. But I heard it, Brent, my tree service buddy, just got some more pecan in. He said it's really nice stuff. So looks like I'll have to be loading up another dump trailer full of pecan, which I'm completely fine with. And for now, I'm just going to be using it for firewood. Like I said, I don't have a smoker. I have one friend of mine that uses my wood for smoking purposes, but it's regular 16-inch pieces. So I don't have to further process it or anything like that to make it fit his smoking grill. Tell you what, these gloves have really worked out. They were purchased by my dad. I think he saw that I hurt my finger with the gloves that I was wearing. Those little rubber gloves I was wearing, so he bought me some of these. He said, guaranteed never to tear, never to, I guess, get pierced in any way, shape, or form. Lifetime. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know about that. I think he said they're around 20 bucks. So I just tried them out. Been trying them out now for a couple of weeks. Been handling a lot of firewood logs. No chainsaw cutting. It doesn't, I read some of the cautions of these gloves. It's not supposed to be operating any kind of machinery with this. So something that spins quickly, any kind of engine, and it's something that could pull these gloves in and bind it, because I think this has some kind of Kevlar. I don't know, it has some kind of Kevlar in it. But these are the gloves. They work pretty good. I don't know how much protection they actually give you, because they're not super thick. You know, I've gotten these actually wet a little bit too, but the fingertips themselves look pretty good still for a couple of weeks. So far, so good. And looks like it's No Cry is the brand. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But so far, these gloves have outperformed a lot of my leather gloves. So far. All right, get rid of this. There is the finished product. Thank y'all for joining me today. A lot of work. Took me about 2 hours, I believe, of splitting, maybe 2.5 hours. And I believe it was around 2/3 of a cord. I've seen you guys on YouTube do a full cord in an hour. So you're basically doing it 3 times faster than me. So congratulations. But I am splitting a little larger, a little bit. Slowly working up to a little larger pieces. But there we go. That is the finished product. I had just enough to build a couple more walls on that side right here, the very end. And then I'll probably have to build some more, obviously, for some pecan. But thank y'all for joining me today. Hope you have a great day.